and welcome back to a very long overdue project pan update. It's been 6, maybe closer to 7 weeks since my last update, even though I try to do these monthly. But the silver lining in that is I have even better progress to share since I've been able to wear a lot of these products for even longer. I'm gonna start with blushes. I've been wearing this Flirt Alert blush from ColourPop for a while. I wanted to get up to the 100 wear mark because it is one of my oldest blushes, and every time I reach back in for it, I love it, but sometimes it just kind of gets pushed to the side. So this is something that I have been able to wear 97 times now. In my last update, I had 66 uses on it, and I've been able to bump it up to 97. I'm gonna wear it 3 more times in the next couple of weeks. Not everything that hits that 100 or 150 wear mark is something I automatically declutter. It's just more so focusing on it for a little bit and gathering my thoughts. And my thoughts on this are, I really like it. This is a blush I like to put right on the lower portion of my cheek and then drag it ever so slightly down to create more of a fuller blushed look. I've been doing that a lot lately and really liking how it looks, and more matte blushes like this are a lot more appropriate for that sort of placement, at least on my face. So I'll wear it 3 more times, and because I imagine I'll hit that threshold very soon before my next update, I am gonna bring in another powder blush in its place. It's my next oldest powder blush, and it's from M Cosmetics in the shade Magic Hour. This one is much more glowy, slightly peachier, slightly warmer, but I find that there's like enough different types of pigment in here that it doesn't pull super warm on me. I think a glowy blush like this is gonna be beautiful in these late spring, early summer days. And for how long I've had this blush, I really haven't worn it too much. I have 25 uses on it, and I'd like to bump that up to the 100 use mark. So that's probably gonna take me several months to do that. This is a neutral enough blush that I can wear it on an everyday basis. So I don't think it'll take me maybe the rest of the year to reach for it, because it's something that I can wear pretty often. And I think it'll pair really nicely with another blush I'm gonna talk about in a second. But let me first talk about a very exciting empty that I have. This is the Tarte Mini Cream Blush in the shade Pink Sky. It is finally empty after several months of wearing this exclusively as my cream blush. I went through the exact same amount as I did in my last update, 0.46 grams, in order to finish it. I think I'm gonna keep this packaging though, because it still snaps shut and it's like the perfect little case. I'll talk about this more in my empties video that will either come out before or right after this one. And I did really like it. I don't think that they make it anymore, so it's not something that I could repurchase even if I wanted to, but this was really beautiful. I could mix it with more glowy like highlighter products. I could sometimes mix it with green color correctors if I wanted something slightly more cool toned or even more like gray. I've been playing around with some of the other cream blushes in my collection because I do have quite a few of them and I really like all of them. And I eventually settled on bringing in one from this Natasha Denona Love Glow Cheek Palette. Earlier this year, I finished the powder blush that was in here, and I did eventually take out this really glittery powder here. I think it was maybe more so meant to be a highlighter, but it had a lot of chunks of glitter in it, and so I didn't love how that looked on my cheeks. But I do really like it as an eyeshadow topper, so I did press some of it into a pan, and I consider that an eyeshadow now. And I actually just put that over one of my eyeshadow looks maybe 2 or 3 days ago and really like how it turned out. And then I have this powder highlighter here left, which is very glowy, very, very pigmented, not necessarily my style nowadays. And so once I finish this cream blush in this palette, I'll likely just get rid of the rest of this palette and declutter it. But the Glow Cream base here, this is very different from the Tarte one. It's a little warmer, but it also has a really beautiful sheen to it. Again, I think I'm gonna want more of a glowy cheek come the spring and summer months. I'm actually wearing this cream blush on my cheeks today. I mixed it with a little bit of a green color corrector, again to just get more of like a gray blush that's kind of like all the rage right now. And if you have a green color corrector or something like that in your collection, you can create your own instead of buying a new shade. I actually have a short where I show you how to do that. So yeah, I'd like to finish this. I don't know necessarily how long it will take me to do that, probably to the end of the year. If it's anything like the Tarte cream blush that I was working on, this one took like, 5 or 6 months after hitting pan on it to be gone. But I think I'm really gonna enjoy the process. So that will be the cream blush that I roll into the Tarte cream blushes place. Next up is this concealer from Natasha Denona. I have the shade N2. I did take the stopper out before I rolled it in last month, And I mentioned that I just wasn't sure how long it would take to finish. I do feel like the applicator is getting a little bit drier, but I haven't really started like scraping the sides just yet. I went through just over a gram in the last month, in the last 6 weeks, I should say. And this only has 7 mils in it. And I just checked, I've worn this 220 times already. So I can't imagine it'll take me too much longer to finish, but again, I'm not really sure. I thought I would have a better idea having worn it so much, but that's fine. It's a beautiful full coverage concealer. Next up is another product I think I'm making very good progress on, and that's this Romand Lip Mate pencil in the shade Fig Breeze. I don't necessarily wear this as a lip liner because it's a thicker pencil, and so it doesn't give me the precision that I look for. So I'll line my lips with something else, and then I'll use this to kind of fill in the rest because it's a beautiful, my lips but slightly better lip product. Also, when I wear this underneath and then put like a warmer lipstick on top, maybe something that has more pink than a mauve shade, this will work to cool it down a little bit and make it more of a nude lip for me. So it's been great to kind of slightly adjust other warmer lipsticks that I want to neutralize. That's been really great. Trying to show you the difference against the lid, but honestly, I don't even think you need the lid to show you just how different the before and after photos look. I've gone through 0.16 grams, and I don't necessarily know if it'll be gone by my next update, but I really feel confident that it'll be gone by the update after that. I have some traveling to do. I'm not sure if I'll bring this with me. I'm really hoping my next update can be in a month, but I just honestly cannot be sure at this point. Next up is this Becca color corrector. I went through 0.49 grams in the last month. Definitely working away at the sides. Still probably have quite a few months left before this is gone. This has been in since the beginning of the project pan. I started in January, and so I don't really have anything new to say about it. It's a nice color corrector. I wear it every day that I wear makeup, and I'm slowly chipping away, and I am confident I'll have it done by the end of the year, but I think it'll take me the majority of the rest of the year to get there. Another one I think will take a while is another Becca product. This is the Berlin Girl Glow Highlighter. I was taking a picture of this with my phone, and my phone slipped out of my hand, and it kind of hit the top corner there in that photo, so that's what that little random divot is. I don't think I lost a lot of product, but it did scare me because this is a very soft product. And I have actually gone through 0.82 grams. I think I've reached for this a lot more. Still have a lot of product in there. Again, I think I can have it done by the end of the year, but it's gonna take me most of the year to get to that point. Next up is the Glossier You Perfume. When I look at how far down I am just under the halfway mark, maybe right over the 1/3 of the product left mark. I've worn it an additional 31 times to go through 7.2 grams, and I think this will take me 2 months to finish. This is the perfect time of year to wear a perfume like this, and then once this is finished, I'll probably roll in a more summery scent. Okay, so I have some eyeshadow palettes that are definitely getting up there in age, and so I want to wear them either 100 times or 150 times before I'm ready to make peace with the fact that they should be decluttered. And so I have quite a few eyeshadow palettes I'll be rolling out today. First up, I have the It's Freakin' Bats palette from Shroud Cosmetics. I think some of these shimmery shades are really spring-like when you don't take into account the darker mattes that go with them. Still very colorful and springy, but maybe just a little bit like grungier or a little spookier. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. I wore it an additional 29 times in the last 6 weeks to reach that 100 wear mark. I have noticed that the shimmer shades perform a little bit differently than they used to. They're just a little bit thicker. I have been wearing the shimmer shades as nail polish as well. I'll have the tutorial of the way that I apply eyeshadow as nail polish. It's from Rebecca Morgan. She did a tutorial about it years ago, and that's the one that I always follow. So I'll have that linked in the cards. This is a really beautiful, unique eyeshadow palette. But I think that having reached for it so many times over the last couple of months, I've really been able to make peace with decluttering it. I enjoyed it while I had it, and I'm excited to roll a new eyeshadow into its place. Another one I'm rolling out is this Franken palette of a bunch of different ColourPop eyeshadows. I have been able to hit pan on some shades and even finish a shade. I finished this bottom shade called Cocoa Crush from the It's Going Coconuts palette, and I've definitely reached for it now over 155 times, but I was mainly just reaching for this one matte shade in the corner, and I think what I'm going to do is just take that out and use it as a lid setting shade just in a separate palette. The rest of these are likely even older than I'm thinking. In my head, I'm thinking I got this around the 2020 mark, but I think some of the eyeshadow palettes that I pulled from were even older than that. So I enjoyed it while I had it. I'm happy to have been able to hit some pans, etc., but I think I'm ready to declutter this. And then another one that I've hit the threshold I wanted to is the Limoncello palette from ColourPop. I had mentioned that I don't really go for really warm eyeshadow looks like this anymore, but I wanted to reach for it and wear it an additional 12 times to hit that 100 use goal, wear all the shades one last time and just see how I felt. And yeah, even the shimmers that wouldn't normally look super warm in the palette pull very, very yellow, which just isn't my style. The mattes are really, really warm. I think with also my color undertone, this pulls even warmer on me than it might on other people. So even though I do really love the packaging, I am at peace with letting go of this one as well. So that is actually 3 eyeshadow palettes that I am decluttering, which is not common. That's not really the norm for me. I don't have so many eyeshadow palettes that getting rid of 3 feels like nothing. I knew at some point I was going to have to declutter these just because of their age. And so focusing on these for the past couple of months has helped me make peace with that decision. And it means that I now have an opening for a new eyeshadow palette that I'd like to bring in. And I'm actually choosing a set of singles from Sydney Grace. These are also from 2020. It is a gorgeous, beautiful color story, and a lot of these shades go really well together, and this sort of color story is way more up my alley for what I like to wear. I already have pan on the shade Haven here in the corner, and I would say I'm closest to hitting pan on this top shade here. I think it's called Red Chameleon. I'll have all of the shade names listed in the description box. My goal is to reach for this as if it's a palette 100 times, and then decide if I want to continue holding on to some of these with the intention of panning them, or to decide once and for all that I am ready to declutter these as well. And so I'm starting at the 4 use mark. I've definitely worn a lot of these shades more than that, but that's kind of just my starting point for this as a palette. I think I'm really gonna enjoy that. I think that these colors are just really what I love to wear right now, so perfect timing. I'm doing a similar usage goal for my bronzers too, and the one that I was reaching for and focusing on last month was this one from What's Up Beauty. It's the Cheek Terre Baked and Pressed Powder Bronzer in the shade 10 Light. I was at 44 wears last time, and so I only had to wear it 8 more times to reach that 50 use goal, and I have done that since. I do really like it. It's a beautiful, light, very neutral bronzer for me. And because I knew I was going to hit that 50 use goal pretty quickly, I brought in another bronzer. This one is from NYX, and I had already worn it 33 times, so I needed to wear it an additional 17 times, I think, in order to reach that 50 use goal. And after I hit 50 wears on it, I just decided to keep wearing it until my next update. And then to my surprise, I actually hit pan on it. So I've now worn this 63 times. I think I hit pan on it around the 50 use mark. Let me check. Yeah, at 54 wears. That's not common for me for a bronzer. Maybe it was back in the day when I wore a lot more bronzer than I do now. But this is, if you have this product, you know it's very, very powdery. I use a really, really soft fluffy brush. And when I apply bronzer, I also put it on my neck and chest, and then a little bit on my forehead and a little on my cheeks. I've also worn this as a blush too. It's a beautiful rosy bronzer shade, and so I've been really loving it for this time of year. And I think I'm just gonna keep wearing this until it's gone. I think it'll take me the rest of the summer to do that, but it would be really exciting to have a bronzer empty. I haven't had a bronzer empty in a really, really long time, and this smells amazing. It reminds me of summer, so perfect timing. So that was everything. A couple rollouts, a couple new products to bring in. I feel like I've made good progress. I feel really confident about what my next update will look like if I keep going along the same path. I feel very rusty. I haven't filmed in so long, so I feel like I was tripping over my words a lot, but hopefully it's not that noticeable. Like I said, be on the lookout for my next video. It's an empties video, and I have gone through so many makeup empties in the last couple of months, so it's gonna be a long one, hopefully an interesting one. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!